Hello and welcome everybody to episode 8 of my Let's Play Satisfactory series. Today we're going to start working toward getting coal power, since we are now at a point where we can research that. This will take a little bit of time, of course. We got to build the components, but just notice something here in that I'm seeing this miner. Well, it's this guy I'm seeing. But I noticed this belt over here too isn't running at full snuff, so we need to investigate this real quick and see if there's a culprit in here that's causing us issues. So let's have our delete, because this will tell us what's going on. So it's our outputs of Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 2. Okay, so I think this is the culprit. And you can tell it's causing issues down here too. This is also going to make it so that our lines can't produce as quickly there. So let's upgrade this to a Mark 2. And you immediately see that it's now doubled the rate. And now we got a full lineup. That should help with production. So one of the big things today that I want to deal with is we got through our awesome sink staircases. So we're going to add a staircase in here. That way we no longer easily fall to our death because of the ladder. Let's add that to our queue. It should be under architecture. I'm going to put that in 5. And what this is going to allow for us to do is get rid of the ladder that we have right there that is honestly a death trap. Let's see here. Has that gone all the way up? One more. Okay, so there's our highest level. This ladder can now go away. The 1 meter platform extension. Now come out here. What happened here? Okay, there we go. And now we're gonna have our 1 meter platforms. At every spot where we have a door. We're also going to turn on zooping, because this is how I found out that zoop is probably what's causing our issue with only being able to build one at a time. Okay, so 6. Single layer. And now yeah, that seems to have fixed the problem. So Let's have our side door, put it here. Okay. Now we've got a stairwell. Which means that we no longer have to worry about this ladder that we had before where we could easily fall off to get to the various floors within our factory. That's perfect. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, let's go have a look here. We need to have a look at what Tier 3 technology. So we've got coal power, vehicular transport, basic steel production, and improved melee combat. This one and this one here is very important. And honestly, I think I'm going to go for that one first. Because honestly, that'll give me more of a reach. That'll give me more reach to hit my target. And 15, so I need 200 of that. Let's take a stack of this. I need 3 stacks of this. Okay. And I need 100 of the... And I also need 100 of the reinforced iron plates. So let's go see if we have 100 in inventory. We do. That's good. Having fixed that issue probably is going to increase our ability a bit more. Hang on here, guys. The wife's on the violin, so I'm going to close the door. Sorry about that, guys, but she does need to practice. She starts school here later this week. She wants to be in college orchestra. That's fine by me, and it's a lot of work. Honestly, I'm really proud that she's capable of doing that, because I could never do it. Alright, let's get back to it. So we're gonna... Alright, let's get this guy taken care of right now. So, improved melee combat.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated your pocket dimension, added an additional hand equipment slot, and have provided
It's going to give us access to the Xeno Basher.
Strength and range.
So we need 2 Xeno Zappers for that. And we have the materials on our hand right now to build the second one, so let's do that. We need 5 modular frames. I don't know if I have the materials to do that on hand. I do not. I need to go back upstairs and get some more reinforced iron plates. Now our cargo guy is going to be back here in less than 2 minutes. Excuse me, less than 3 minutes. So we'll be able to, at that point, send it up hopefully again with more resources. Hopefully we'll be somewhat close to the resources needed to come on, give me that upper one, please. Alright, that's... So hopefully we'll have a bit more. It's going to be 150, I believe, to get that next guy. Alright, so we need 5 of these. So we're going to build these by hand. At some point we're going to have a machine doing this, but we need to build another iron rod assembly line before we do that. Well, we've got 10, so more than likely I'll end up using that iron node and that iron node to build another factory that deals with nothing but iron. But, and that factory probably be on top of this hill here, I'm thinking. It's going to have to be up high, and honestly, building it up high, then we don't have the issue of the arch here. Because this factory right now is basically at 100% when it comes to production. We are going to start seeing this pick up now that we've figured out that issue with these screws. It will take probably, I'd say probably half an hour or so for these lines to go full 100%. And the reason why and some of you may be asking, how come I don't use that for iron or for steel? The reason why is because if I come over here, is that I got 2 more nodes over here, see? And those 2 nodes there, if I remember correctly, are also pure nodes like those 2 are. But it's going to be a while before we unlock the one with the boulder on it. But that all depends. We may not get around to building this up until we get Mark II miners and Logistics 3. And if that happens, then we don't have to worry about it for a while. Because Logistics 3 is really where things are going to take off for productions. Alright, so let's go build that Xeno Basher. This is one of those things we need to have done before we get coal. Let's see here. Vehicle transport, it's going to need 100 rotors. The steel frames are going to get me, so I'm going to go for coal power next. And since that is probably going to be our most important thing. So the Basher requires more than what we have in our inventory. We do have 2 of these Xeno Zappers, but we need to grab another thing of another copper coil before we go into that. Right. Let's get that. Let's have this resort. Alright. And the Xeno Basher, we now have the ability to build it, so let's disarm ourselves and build ourselves our first actual decent weapon. Now we're going to equip that guy. Alright, so we got a lot further reach now, and that's going to make it a lot more convenient for combating these hostile life forms that we come across. So let's get started on getting some of these key components for our next upgrade. I don't think we have enough reinforced plates as of yet. I could always check the plate that's building smart plating. Check the assembler building smart plating and take material from there, because I'm sure a lot of it has flown into that direction. See, I got 21 here. I'll check that here in a minute. Let's do this first. But, you know, we got to remember we do need smart plating for the next level there. See, I got 50 of this one here. So I've already got the rotors. I've already got the copper coils. That's what I was thinking. There's 100 in there already. And I see another one getting lifted, so... yeah, let's take those 3. This should be enough to keep us going for now. Alright. And let's take a look here. Yeah, let's drop the So we're only 7 short. 7. And I need another thing of, I need some more cable. But before I do that, I've got some time to burn. Why don't we drop I'm going to drop all my extras into here. So, anything that I absolutely don't need, like this guy I don't need, I'm going to keep the berries on me. I don't need this guy. Don't need this guy. Don't need this guy. Don't need this guy. Need the biofuel to run the saw. Where my cilia can go. The smart plating, I'm just going to go drop that over. We'll just get that over into the space elevator. Because there's really no better place for it. I shouldn't really be storing it. Especially when it's required for the next level, so we might as well drop that in the containers now. Okay, guys, what's going on here, huh? You're only capable of producing 30, you receive 15 a minute. Hey, Fatso. Yeah, I hope that hurt. Get out of here. You're stuck again, aren't you, you fat little slob? Okay, so we've grabbed the cable. I'm actually going to grab 2 coils of this because when we start going toward coal, we're going to need to run a power line out that way. Alright, 13, so that's a start. Now we're probably going to have to build some of that reinforced steel plate by ourselves. Because truth is we're going to need it over at the new facility.
Milestone reached. Coal is an improved alternative power source to biomass and can be fully automated if provided water with the new pipeline buildings and power throughout the initial setup. Coal has been added to the resource scanner.
Perfect.
Note, ensure the close proximity of water to the coal production line. Note, pumps will aid in vertical transport of fluids through pipes. Note, throughput and volume indicators are added to each pipe section automatically.
Perfect. So let's go over here and check our biofuels plant first before we do anything else. This has got to be getting low. And remember in the last episode we increased this from a 10 generator farm to a 14 in order to supplement the new factory. So we're going to take 12 of these for now. And let's get started on this here. And what I'm seeing is, yes, we're very, very close to being at power out. It will be nice to get off the coal, or to get on coal, and leave this facility just to be a source of backup. This will be like a battery. Biofuel is a battery after this, after we get that plant up and running. The great thing about these plants is they haven't been running long enough to really make a difference, but we ate up all the biofuel that we had in our inventory. So before we head out, we're going to have to clear some trees. Actually, I don't need to clear any trees. What I need to do is get on toward the coal mine. Let's get all the materials we need. Okay, so the big one we need is let's grab 4 of these. I know we're gonna need a bunch of that. We're going to need a good chunk of concrete, so we might as well grab some of that. Might as well grab 4 of those. Might as well grab a spool or 2 of these. I already got a good chunk of that. Let's get on upstairs. So we're going to add these buildings to our list. And 6. Fluid buffer, that's not what I'm looking for. 7, 8, 9, 0. It's probably under production. Yes, it is under production. And this will be 1 on the 4th bar. Okay, so oh, no, 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 don't fall downstairs. Okay. We're going to want to grab a couple things of copper sheets. See, the power facilities, they don't require that, do they? The water pumps do. So we're going to need a good chunk of those. Let's go have a look at the buffer here. We're going to try to let that build up on its own. Let's take a look and see if this has started to catch up at all. Now, see where our efficiency is at 56% and 58% respectively. And the resource that's causing that is iron rods. I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to prime this up with some rods for now. And I have a cargo container down here. Full of iron rods that aren't going to be used for anything. Alright. Back up the windy staircase. And here we are. Okay, let's go prime those 2 machines with the rods they need. This should bump them up to 100% for a time. Get everything sorted. So this is capable of producing 4 a minute, so we have 8 a minute coming out when these are running full tilt. And we know for a fact the screw side of thing is not causing this issue, so it's definitely on the other side. This one here, these are already running 100%. If they weren't before, they definitely are now. Let's see this side here. And these guys are able to produce to us 5 per minute, so we're getting 10 a minute of the reinforced iron plate. I don't need any steel right now, seeing as I've got a good chunk of that. But what I do need is the motors. Alright, so let's get on out there and find our coal mine. And now that we have the Xeno Basher, there's probably not much that's going to be able to stand in our way. Oh wow, there are ways out there. So about 900 meters, or about a kilometer in that direction, I've got 1. Looks like I've got 4 in this direction, so a stack 3 or 4 over that way. That's the direction we're going to want to go. We're going to want those ones. So what we're going to do here, we're going to run the power out as we go. And the reason why we're going to do this is as soon as we can get just one line up and running. And I'm serious about this. As soon as we can get one line up and running, our facility is going to take off. It's going to take off like mad. So there's no power on this side of the factory, but there is a power pole there. It's fully utilized. Okay, let's see here. Cat, what are you doing? Okay, so they are in that general direction. That's perfect. We kind of want to try to get it up high if we can. Come on, give it to me. Well, that will work. I'm gonna have it come back down now. That's right. You're dealing with a more powerful guy now. I know, I see you. Why don't you come over here? Let's hit that, make sure we're coming in the right direction. We are. I hear him, but I don't see him. This here's a valley of death. All right. And they get me. Which totally isn't right. And yes, we know where our thing is because we just follow the power lines. We did build them out. Yes, we're going to want to try to eat. That way we can at least rejuvenate some of this health problem that this health we got, because oh great, he's guarding the case. Okay, so we need to find somewhere where we can get up high. Right, where we don't get battered to death. Trying to get our weapon out because this really is an unfair advantage here. This will work. You've got to be kidding me. Well, that's dying twice in a day is not fun. Especially when you're on a time crunch. I've only got about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I gotta call this an episode. But at least we know where the coal is. Come on, give me a downhill so I can slide. And yes, we kind of do know where some other things are. Some other parts are. We know the coal's in this general direction. We want to get this out in that general direction. find our crate. Our crate, it says it's over there. Now take all. Let's arm the berries first. Perfect. Now we're back to full health. And this little butthead, wherever he's at, if he decides to attack us, he can die. Okay. And there's 4 of them out there. How nice. And it looks like they might be right in this valley up here. That's perfect. Collect that. I hear you. Come on over here. Okay. Power's coming out here. I see a body of water. I think I'm going to stop my power right here. This should be close enough. And there's one hog too many out here. Okay. And this explains why there's wreckage here. And the question is, can we access the cargo container? It needs 50 megawatts. Oh, I think I can give it 50 megawatts. Alright, so let's take a look here. Let's hit this again. Okay, so I've got some coal, looks like right here. Oh man, right here on the shore of the lake. Oh, don't crash, don't crash. Oh, looks like it's gonna crash on me. Which means this episode is over. Well, that is it for today's episode. We will pick up next episode building our power plant. Hopefully we don't have to do too much of that over again, but that's something we'll have to determine when we get to that point. Well, this is MechE87 signing off, and I will see you all next time.